Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Ambassador Nabila Makram, Minister of State for Immigration and Egyptian Affairs Abroad, extended sincere congratulations to Dr. Huda Al-Maraghi, former Dean of the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Windsor in Canada, and one of the pioneers of the Egypt-Can conferences, for her obtaining the Order of Canada, which is the highest degree of civil honors in Canada, in recognition of its contributions of her contributions in the field of manufacturing and mechanical engineering, indicating that it is the pride of Egypt and Canada together. Makram telephoned Dr. Huda Al-Maraghi and her husband Dr. Wagi Al-Maraghi to congratulate them, and the minister extended her sincere congratulations to Dr. Wagi Al-Maraghi, director of the Center for Intelligent Manufacturing Systems at the University of Windsor. It is worth noting that Dr. Huda Al-Maraghi is the first woman in Canadian history to obtain a doctorate in industrial engineering and the first woman to hold the position of Dean of the Faculty of Engineering at the University of Windsor there, and she joined the scientific advisory body of the Canadian Minister of Defense, as well as holding a fellowship of the Swedish Royal Academy of Engineering Sciences, as well as the Canadian McMaster University has included her name among the elite and famous graduates, and has previously received the Ontario Medal for scientific efforts in the field of engineering. Ladies and gentlemen, we're very much honored to have with us now over the phone Dr. Huda Al-Maraghi, former Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, Windsor University, Canada. Thank you very much, Dr. Huda, and congratulations to you. And how did you reach the Deanship of College of Engineering in Canada? If you would tell us a little bit about your journey.
Thank you very much, Hala, for inviting me. And as you mentioned in your introduction, my name actually is Huda الجمال المراغي. أنا أخذت اسم زوجي دكتور وجيه المراغي.
Yes.
I did take my husband's name.
Yes.
After we got married.
Yes.
Actually, I was very thrilled about this appointment, really very honored and overcome by this recognition. It's really great to be recognized in this exceptional way by Canada for my life achievements in engineering and research, and for being a leader and a role model for women in engineering.
I always take pride, Dr. Huda, when I talk to Egyptian successful women, but to me, I'm very much honored that I'm interviewing you even over the phone, because your achievements talk best, and you are such a role model for young Egyptians and for Egyptian women in particular. What would you like to tell them?
I would like to tell them that it is possible that they can, particularly for the young women. Certainly they can achieve in the field of engineering.
Yes.
My field was mechanical engineering, which is considered to be particularly tough for women. But
I was just going to tell you that engineering is a bit tough for women. Yes, it's very challenging field.
It is, and but I can see now so many successful women in this field. When I was appointed the first Dean of Engineering, that was the first one in Canada, not just in my university.
Yes.
And things have changed now. Since then, to the better, and there are now many women deans of engineering, heads of departments. There are presidents of universities. So all these present role models, so that young people can look at this and say, well, in the future, and can be like that.
Yes.
I can have achievements like that, and that is important, really.
This is very inspirational indeed. Dr. Huda, what are the bases for choosing the highest appreciation award in Canada?
The basis for this are multifaceted. First, for my excellence in research in industrial and manufacturing systems engineering, particularly for my research in flexible and intelligent manufacturing systems, which actually has changed the way they are currently designed and operated, and particularly the applications of advanced technologies such as the fourth industrial revolution. This has now been implemented in industry, not only in Canada, but all over the world, to make them much more competitive.
Yes.
So that's a great contribution. The second, of course, is in the area of leadership in the field and being an inspiring role model. And for all my other services to government agencies and councils, research councils, both in Canada and abroad.
Yes.
So all of this really defines the profile that they find very compelling and excellent and deserving for such a great honor.
Of course. Dr. Huda, the Egypt Can Conference championed by energetic Minister Ambassador Nabila Makram functions as a link, if we may say, between Egyptian expats and their home country in order to make Egypt benefit from their experiences and, of course, their knowledge and their education in serving Egypt. So you were just telling me about your research. How do you see the importance of Egypt Can conferences? This is the first part of my question. And how would we make use of the great knowledge and experience that you gained since Egypt is moving towards a new era of development?
Let me first really congratulate the Minister of Immigration, Nabila Makram, on this great initiative, which is the series of the Egypt Can conferences. I participated in all of them, and except one, perhaps.
Yes.
And I have been speakers and particularly promoting the importance of industry in
I remember I interviewed you in one of these series in Hurghada, if I remember correctly.
Thank you. Yes. So I think and the importance of not only knowing the technology of making products, but also designing those products. So,
of course.
So we can own our intellectual property and we can make our own products without any pressures from any other country or company. So those conferences really brought together scientists and engineers from abroad of Egyptian origin. With their colleagues in Egypt and ministers and different officials in those governments. And as a result of that, there was a fruitful collaboration with particularly the Ministry of Military Production. We have been collaborating with them, both Dr. Wagi al-Maragi and myself, for years now.
Yes.
And at the moment, we are part of the alliance of the fourth industrial revolution, which applies this to many areas within Egypt, such as water, for example, but also the part we are participating in is to apply it to production lines at the military production ministry, and also to establish what we call a learning factory, or a model of a factory at their center for the Center for Research Excellence, also at the ministry. to become a place where industrial engineers, not just from military production, but from any industry, they can come and see how Industry 4.0 is applied and what the benefits are and how to do it. They will have a hands-on experiential learning experience with this technology. So that's one project, and we're collaborating on this. This is actually the same as the learning factory I have in my own research center.
Yes.
The other project, which is also important, is the one in which we collaborate with the Egyptian Academy for Engineering and Advanced Technology, also affiliated with the Ministry of Military Production. And this one focuses on the application of the design principles to the design of electrical cars. So the objective is to design an Egyptian electric car, and from the beginning, and then that design would be manufacturable, suitable to manufacture. And we are collaborating with the work team there and making excellent progress. This is going to also support another alliance of Egyptian electric car at the military, the Ministry of Military Production. So
this is excellent news. This is excellent news. I'm thrilled. I have to tell you, I'm thrilled. Yes.
Yes, because I think the President El-Sisi and the government really strongly support having cars that are friendly to the environment.
Of course.
Whether they are using gas or sun, powered by the sun, or by electric power.
Yes.
In fact, in our prototype, in our design of this car, we are combining both the electric power as well as the sun, so that the car can go further on the same charge of the electric battery. Now, this is a very ambitious project, of course, and requires effort from investor, private sector, government, and every,
and the private sector, I believe, investments, of course.
Absolutely, private sector investments and so on. But what we are doing now is the very first block and fundamental block of developing a design that is Egyptian design, instead of licensing the design from other companies or other countries to produce in Egypt.
Interesting.
Because there are several axes for helping industry in Egypt.
Yes.
One of them, of course, is to encourage the industry to produce these products, and even if they are licensed from other places, because that generates a great deal of work opportunities for engineers, for technicians, for everyone who's working in a factory.
Definitely.
That is excellent. But also we want in parallel to they call it توطين الصناعة. It's
localizing the industry.
Exactly. Starting with the design.
Yes. Yes. Such a challenging project and very huge. We're so looking forward to that. And Dr. Huda, since you are former Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Windsor University in Canada, we talked about how inspirational you are as a role model for Egyptian women. And therefore, since I am personally interested in the development and empowerment of Egyptian women, I have to ask you, how do you see the current status of women, since they have been trying to achieve a lot in the past few years since President Abdel Fattah Sisi took office? Actually, throughout history, but the past few years there have been huge support by the government and this, if we may, the state, if we may say, to empower women. Not only we are seeing successful Egyptian ministers such as Ambassador Nabila Makram and other successful female ministers in the Egyptian government, but also seeing progress in the status of Egyptian women, be it political, economic, cultural, educational, and so on. So how do you see the challenges facing women and how women are improving their status in order to achieve development and play a major part in the development of Egypt?
Let's first start by saying that women are half of the society.
Of course.
And it's a great power to be used in the advancement of every aspect of life in Egypt.
Yes.
And I am actually quite impressed by the progress that has been made by women in all fields in Egypt over the years, and particularly impressed by the support of the government and the president, and particularly the work also that Dr. Maya Morsi is doing at the National Council of Council for Women.
Yes.
Really quite admirable, and because it is really important to recognize and celebrate the success of women in whatever they are doing, and recognizing their important role also at home, bringing up the families and the young people who are going to be the vital force for Egypt's progress in the future.
Definitely.
So any support in any of those areas is particularly appreciated, and the reward as a return, the return on investment there is going to be great.
Yes.
But there are many women that have excelled in Egypt in many fields, and I'm very proud and happy to hear about that all the time.
And we are very proud talking to you, very much honored talking to you, Dr. Huda Al-Maraghi, former Dean of the Faculty of Engineering, Windsor University, Canada. Thank you very much for talking to us here on AlTV International. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being with us in this edition of Cairo Local Time. I'm Hala Al-Hamalawi, signing off for now.